Welcome, y'all.
Hey, Krysten.
Hey.
I said your name right.
You did.
Yay, me.
Go you.
I'm just going to start calling people by the first letter of their name. K, D, C, F.
Then it's like you're talking slang because you're like pals and...
Because I'm so cool.
Yes.
Because I'm such a cool white lady.
Yes. That's exactly right.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Chandler, we got Chandler behind the scenes doing the camera switching for us.
I know, it's so fancy.
First time on camera for you. Are you ready to be on YouTube?
Yes.
Are you ready to be YouTube famous?
Yes.
Oh my God. What are you drinking?
Red Bull and vodka. Old Faithful.
What is the flavor of the Red Bull?
Sugar-free regular. It's regular.
Oh, I don't know anything. I thought it would be something like Winterberry or some stupid fucking
My
shit.
husband does all of that. I'm like standard. I don't want to branch out.
Whiskey and water.
See, I like vodka and water too.
Do you?
Yes.
This cup says, I'd shank a bitch for you right in the kidney.
Is that one new?
Sherry gave me this cup.
I saw it yesterday and I was like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah. I'd shank a bitch for you.
I like it.
Right in the kidney. I'm drinking Redneck Riviera.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
2010.
Okay.
Do you know anything? Remember anything?
I'm pretty sure that's the year me and Bryce met.
Ooh.
2010.
Nice.
Yeah, because we had Blaze in 2011.
Lady Gaga wore a meat dress at the VMAs.
She was all that.
Apparently, she was trying to do a protest
against
probably animal cruelty or whatever, but it backfired. I think some of the animal rights people
were pissy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. I'm going to show up in a meat suit with everything that I'm telling you not to eat.
Which means I killed an
all
animal.
Of the meat suits.
So they wound up preserving this. it's in some museum. I can't remember. Yes.
Wait, but it was like a real.
It was real meat, but they like beef jerkied it. That's preserved now and painted.
That's yuck.
Yeah.
You would have to pay me a lot of money to walk around in a meat suit.
I would just be trying to eat it all the whole time. Just picking a little snack off.
Like out the armpit, a little taste and tuck it right back in.
A little nugget right there. Okay. 2010, Instagram was born.
Yes.
I don't get it.
Instagram's good if you're a picture posting person, but that's about it.
Okay.
I mean, like if that's what your main goal is. It's good for like selling merchandise and stuff like that.
Or taking pictures of your food.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Food blogging.
Last thing I'm going to bring up about 2010, Angry Birds was released.
Oh, wow.
You remember?
Yeah. We progressed so far now.
You did like boomerang those little birds
and
into all the little obstacles. I always have my phone on silent. I didn't know they made that noise.
That's the fun of the game.
Okay. Fun stuff. So we're going to Ohio.
Okay.
Oak Harbor, Ohio, which is in the northern portion. And Oak Harbor is a small community and a rural community. And we seem to have those a lot on the podcast. And what do we always say about small towns? Low crime.
Yeah.
Everybody knows each other.
Yeah.
And people leave their doors unlocked.
Which is foreign to me. I don't do that. You probably do that.
I do.
I don't do that.
I hate to tell all of the burglars out there that are listening that I do that.
Sorry, that didn't even cross my brain.
But when the cops come to your house with a search warrant, they don't have to bust your door down. They can just come on, come right in. Yeah. Okay. So it's a safe place. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about the Liske family. Now, I've heard it pronounced Liske and Liske, so I might say it Liske or Liske. That's their last name.
You can do it French and say Liske.
Liske. Mwah, chef's kiss. So they lived in Oak Harbor. The family consisted of William Liske, who was 53.
Okay.
He went by Billy.
They always do.
Or Bill. Mm-hmm. His wife, Susan, who was 46. Bill had been married to, when all of this went down, they had been married about 10 years at that point. But
vested.
Yeah, it wasn't anything new. But when they got married, they both had been married before.
Okay.
Susan had 2 boys from a previous marriage. Bill had 1 boy from a previous marriage.
Okay.
So 3 boys. Woo, that's a
All
lot
the
of boys. Woo, take it from me. Derek and Devon were Susan's 2 boys. And Bill's son was William Jr.
Yeah.
He didn't go by Bill or Billy. He
William.
went B.J. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Bill Jr.
Maybe.
If the dad was Bill.
Yeah. So, I don't know why I'm inserted this here, but BJ was born in 1985. I guess I put that in there so I could remember throughout the story
Yeah.
how old he was. So, Bill and Susan both grew up in this community. They knew a lot of people. Mm-hmm. Susan's dad was a teacher. I mean, like, they had roots here.
Full roots.
Full roots, you know, couple generations, however many. Bill was an avid outdoorsman and hunter, and their house was like situated on, I think it was 100 acres. Yeah.
Oh, I would love that.
And Bill kept it as natural as could be as possible.
Very woodsy. And,
yeah, because he wanted the animals to come there.
To be able to sit on his porch and feed himself, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
So.
That's ideal. For sure.
Living off the land.
Yeah.
When I see, you know, it's hard for me. Here in Louisiana, we have avid hunters. Mm-hmm. You know this.
Yes.
And it's hard for me to imagine other places or just like us in terms of that. But it's there.
It is in some areas. I mean, it really just depends on where you go because a lot of people they're against it and
true
the whole whatnot of it. But here it's more generational. Like Bryce finally got to bring Blaze, and that was his.
But when your son killed a
time.
deer, Facebook wouldn't let his picture be on there with the deer.
That's ridiculous.
And that's just a rite of passage in Louisiana.
It is. It's it's a golden moment.
Big deal.
Yeah, it's huge.
Well, and that's the reason why I bring it up is because when I was doing the research, I related to that.
Like it's normal.
Yeah. And people, like I said, everybody knew them. They were a typical country family. They went to church on Sundays. Mm-hmm. The boys sang in the church choir.
Nice.
The boys and Bill, whatever, went hunting. So again, rite of passage. You take your kids hunting.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. So far, so good.
Mm-hmm. Normal.
But we're going to talk about BJ.
Yeah, I gathered.
Since I threw his birthday
the insertion, in there. Yeah.
So he grew up as a troubled kid.
This is Dad's son.
Yep.
Okay.
Bill's son. He bullied other kids, which I don't like that.
I hate that.
He caused problems in school. Mm-hmm. Even when he grew up and he was a teenager, he continued to cause problems in school, but then he eventually got in trouble with the law.
He needed an ass whipping is what he needed.
Oh, it sounds like it. Well, I already told you that Bill and Susan got married. BJ was 15 when Bill and Susan met.
Okay.
And they met at work and they dated a little while and then they got married. The problem was BJ hated Susan. Despised his stepmom.
Were the other 2 younger? BJ's the oldest boy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. This is how bad it was. In 2004, after an argument with Susan, 17-year-old BJ, so he's 17 at this point, was arrested because he hit Susan during an argument. First of all, you don't hit girls. Second of all, that's your stepmom. No.
And third of all, he needs an ass whipping. Daddy needs to whip his ass.
Well, because he was 17, I suppose, but he was charged with felony assault.
So it was bad.
Yes.
I mean, for it to be that.
He didn't just slap her.
Yeah, to be that. He beat the life out of her, probably.
So he was always prone to violent outbursts. Mm-hmm. He had a raging temper, super angry, and Susan was terrified of him. Well, I guess
rightfully so.
I never found any information that led me to believe there was a reason for him to not like Susan.
Right, for her to be like the evil stepmom
exactly.
and all of that.
She wasn't like trying to poison him. she wasn't, beating his ass.
Pack
obviously.
your shit and get out.
One of my kids fucking hit me. Are you
no.
kidding me?
That would be the end of my child's existence.
Absolutely.
By the hands of me, though, I can promise you.
Yeah. Okay.
They want to throw hands.
That's right.
We're going to throw some hands.
You feeling froggy? Yeah. You feeling froggy, motherfucker? All right. So that happened 2 months later. Don't ask me because I don't know why he's out. But 2 months later, he's out of jail and he gets in another argument with Susan.
Susan probably bailed him out to be nice.
Maybe. But he bashed her with a coffee cup. Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's rough. Okay. Susan pressed charges.
I would too.
I guess so. Well, while he was in jail, it was determined that BJ was unfit for trial.
Are you kidding me?
He was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. So I looked it up.
I was going to say, what is that?
Schizoaffective disorder is a mental illness that can affect your thoughts, mood, and behavior. You may have symptoms of bipolar disorder and schizophrenia with this. The symptoms may be mania, depression, and psychosis.
So basically everything lumped into one big old diagnosis.
Yes, all the shit.
That sucks.
Just call it ATS, all the shit.
All the shit.
But the thing...
I have ATS.
What's that?
People would be like, wow,
I'm on
that's
medication
so
for
sorry.
ATS. Okay, about 1 in 200 people develop schizoaffective disorder at some time
So it's a
during their
development.
life. I guess the thing that's scary, 1 in 200? I'm like, do I have it? Am I gonna have it?
There's probably a lot of people ready to flash out with that type of shit all the time.
Probably. With this diagnosis, leaving him unfit for trial, BJ was put in a group home where he received treatment for his disorder. Medication.
Okay.
Counseling.
Okay. I'm pro both things.
Me too. Unfortunately, BJ caused trouble in the group home.
So 17, you can still go to a group home?
I would feel like a group home would be for any age, like 15 and up, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, they probably wouldn't put the 15-year-olds
With the little ones, yeah.
Well, with older people. They might segregate 15, 16, 17-year-olds in one.
The almost adult kids.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to throw them in a group home with, hardcore.
Right.
Okay. One time, Bill went to visit BJ, and they ended up in an altercation, like a physical altercation, and the police were called. So,
Jeez.
this poor dude just wants to fight everybody. Like,
He needs an ass whipping.
the fucking testosterone needs.
Yeah.
Is there something we can give him to just like lower that T a little bit?
Take it down a notch, bro.
Yeah. So after his treatment was complete, I don't know the definition of that, but I know if you're in a group home, the goal is to get you back out into society, right?
Yeah.
It's like a segue.
Yeah.
So after his treatment was complete, he went home. When I say home, I mean Bill and Susan's house.
That's weird.
He would not be in my house.
No, hell no.
I'm not trying to be Judgy McJudgerson, but...
No, after the first offense, he wouldn't be coming to my fucking house.
I can't imagine one of my kids hitting me. Okay. And think about it. She's got to be living in fear.
Well, yeah. And she has 2 younger boys that she's trying to guide and teach and say, look, hey, this is not okay. So she's constantly having to triage all of that shit.
I would be worried that BJ would be trying
to hurt my kids.
To hurt my younger kids.
Yeah.
So he went back home. Unfortunately, things didn't get better.
Yeah.
And in the fall of 2004, so he's finally turned 18. He attacked her again while she was in the shower, taking a shower.
So he's just like scheming to himself, and then all of a sudden he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go fucking beat the shit out of her.
But that's like when you're most vulnerable.
Well, she's not even saying anything to him.
You're naked in the shower. Like, come on. So at this point, Bill is furious with BJ.
Well,
and I'm sorry. I feel like Bill should have been furious before
a long
now.
time ago.
But that was the last straw. Bill kicked BJ out of the house. He's 18 now. He can fend for himself.
The last straw.
Yeah. Naked in the shower.
One straw. That's all you get. in my house. You get one straw.
Yeah, that was his third straw, probably at least, that we know about. So he kicked him out. He would occasionally come and visit, but shit was still bad when he would come visit. Like, everybody was uncomfortable.
Like, motherfucker, you can't come here.
Yeah, it's tense.
But I feel, sorry to cut you off.
No.
I feel like she's probably, although she may be living in fear, I feel like she's still probably trying to create a decent situation because it isn't her kid.
It's also her husband who she loves.
Right. So
And
it's
she's
kind of
trying-
like,
And
I don't want to cause issue between you and your son. And I'm sure that originally it's I love my kids just as much as I love your kids type thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
As it should be. But
So, well, this went on for quite a while. And all that time, BJ was getting treatment, you know, even though he was out. But he wasn't very disciplined. You know what that means.
yes.
I'm not taking my meds today. I am taking my meds today. I mean, you know.
You got to want it or you can't have it.
Yeah. All right. So 2007. So from what was that? 04 to 07? This went on a while.
Yeah, that's
3 years.
Yeah.
He's like 21 by this point, almost. 2007, his therapist deemed him a danger to himself and others, and he was hospitalized.
You think?
Yes. And you know, Bill loved his son.
Well, yeah.
And he wanted to help his son,
Right.
which we would all do.
Right.
While BJ was in the hospital, Bill applied for guardianship of his adult son.
So he could take him home and take care of him?
And get him help. He wanted to get him the help he needed. I get it.
Was he not where he would have got? I mean, he's hospitalized.
Well, but you know how long that lasts.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to be on your meds for a week. Okay, you're good.
Good job. You look great.
Bye.
Yeah. That's true.
So here's the cycle that BJ went through. He would take his medication. He would do fine on his medication. That would trigger him to think he didn't need his medication.
I love whenever that happens.
It's so
You
common.
feel good because you're
Yes, I know. Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Been there, done
Yeah.
that. And I think that's an age thing when you're, because now I would never consider
Fuck no.
not taking my medicine.
No.
I mean, I don't have schizoaffective
Right,
disorder.
right.
But I would not consider
No.
not. I feel great. I'm going to keep taking my medicine.
I'll take the pill every day, whatever.
Yes. So he, you know, he would feel good. I don't want to take my medicine
I don't have to because
Right.
I don't need it because I'm better now.
because I'm amazing. So when he stopped taking his medicine, he would slip back into the disorder, but he would also start drinking again and smoking pot. So he had a lot of shit going on.
Pot's the worst thing for people like that.
But isn't it calming?
Yes, but it puts you in this state of numbness. And when you come out of this numbness, you're like irritated as nobody's freaking business. You're like, I just want to get high again. So if you can't keep getting high off of marijuana, well, you're not going to be no kind of calm.
Gotcha. Okay. So apparently at this point, he's in and out of halfway houses and group homes.
Sober living type thing.
Occasionally would visit the family and have the unpredictable family
Spasm.
dynamics were turbulent. So around this time, it's not just his family that is starting to feel the effects of all this. His neighbors are.
Whose cat did he kill?
They had pets that started disappearing or mysteriously dying. Yeah. We know another.
How on earth did this cat's paws get cut off? Must have got ran over by a lawnmower.
He went too close to the wood chipper when he was putting the wood in it.
Like,
Yeah. So, in order to try to keep the peace and still see his son, Bill would take him hunting on the
I
weekends.
knew that was coming.
They have a family cabin in the woods, and they would go hunting there. And they would talk about BJ's problems.
Was he fine when he wasn't around Susan? Like,
Is
Susan just his trigger?
I mean, I think he had problems with other people because of the way he caused trouble when he was a child, when Susan wasn't even around.
True.
But she, apparently, when she came into the picture, she got all the rage.
Yeah.
She got the brunt of everything. Or the neighbor's cat or dog or whatever. So you're thinking, woods, calm, he's hunting, he's with his dad. There's no drama. It's very therapeutic. But he was getting worse.
Yeah, and he already he fought with his dad too. So Susan's not the problem, not the trigger.
Right. October 31st, 2010. Remember I told you? 2010, all those fun things that happened. This is when shit goes down.
After the meat suit.
Halloween. Halloween morning. It was a Sunday. And remember how I told you Susan had 2 boys and they went to church?
Right.
One of the boys, Devon, he was 16 at this point. He had spent the night with his dad the night before, his biological dad.
Right.
So,
my real dad.
Yes, my real dad. He came home Sunday morning, went into the house. He's got a change for church. He was singing in the choir. He's not really paying attention. He came home around 9:30.
Exact opposite of his brother.
Yeah.
The older brother.
Yeah.
Like
his stepbrother.
Choir boy and rager.
Well, after he changes and he's going out the door, he runs into B.J., which he thought was weird because B.J. is not supposed to be in the house by himself.
Right.
Okay. But Devon said he looked over and it looked like the sofa bed had been...
So like mom set him up or whatever.
Yeah, maybe he spent the night there and family was...
Maybe he's okay today.
Maybe. BJ asked Devon, where are you going? How long are you going to be gone? Devon's like, I'm going to church.
Singing in the choir.
Yeah. How are you getting there? He's asking him all these questions. Devon tells him the answers. And he said another strange thing was that BJ seemed happy and he was in a good mood. And BJ was never in a good mood.
Stayed salty.
All the time. So that was that. And Devon went off to church. Later in the afternoon, Devon came home from church. And his habit was, when he got home from church, he changed his clothes and he got on video games. Chandler. And he would do the headset, you know?
Yeah.
You know.
Where they're like, fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Blah, all day.
I hate you.
I'm like,
you're
dude,
stupid.
Shut up. I'm not like he's laughing.
He's
I
laughing.
do this to Blaze. Dude, chill out. Sorry. And then 5 minutes later.
5 seconds later.
Literally.
I'm looking at my son right now because the other night, I'm not joking.
I believe it. My son's room's right next to me.
His is upstairs
you can hear
from
him
me.
upstairs.
No, I was sleeping and Harold and I were sleeping and I sat up and I started screaming. And Harold goes, what's wrong? What's wrong? I said, someone's being hurt. Someone's in the house. Someone's screaming. They're being hurt. And it was him screaming.
At the damn video game.
Yeah. Fuck a video game. Anyway, back to the story.
And then they want to play. Sorry, I'm going to go on a little. Yeah.
5 a.m.
So they want to play till 5 a.m., but they want to block each other because they're mad because they killed each other. But that's the actual rule. Like, that's what you're trying to do.
Is kill each other.
And then you're mad, and then you unblock them, and then you play with them again.
Here's the deal. When they're 12, they do that.
Like, chill.
When they're 20, they don't do that.
Y'all don't block each other?
We just yell at each other because they get in Discord. Yeah.
Yeah.
You fucking idiot. I hate you.
Bro,
he's right behind me. You let him get me. Chandler's just laughing. Okay. So Devon gets home from church. The house is quiet. He doesn't really pay any attention. He figures everybody's off running errands, doing whatever. The whole time I'm researching this, I'm like, why is he not worried that his mom and dad didn't go to church?
Right. Because they always went to church.
Who knows? But he didn't. He was not concerned. He got home, house was quiet, changed his clothes, got on his video games, and for hours.
Well, yeah, that's the entire rest of the day.
Crack cocaine.
Yeah. Yes.
So he got a phone call from his Aunt Lori, and she said, hey, is Susan or Bill around? And he's like, I'm not really sure. I've been playing video games.
Like I was not even in existence with other humans.
Yeah. Oh, you mean I should check on someone? You mean I have to take this diaper off and actually go use a toilet?
Soaked in sweat.
Yeah.
Dead in their freaking head.
Okay, so Devon is like on the phone with Aunt Lori and he walks into his parents' bedroom to see if they're in there and he can see them in the bed sleeping covered up. The covers are over their heads. And he goes over and he's like, Mom. And you know how you nudge, Mom, Mom.
So you
no
don't
answer.
Scream. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Someone's in the house being murdered. So he pulls the blanket back and he saw his mom's head on the pillow. And it looked like it was covered in blood. But like he's trying to register what he's seeing.
Like, what the fuck?
And it's Halloween.
Didn't we have a Halloween one last time?
You and I? I don't know. I've done Halloween ones before.
I don't remember. Anyway.
So he's trying to, is this real? Is this not real?
Is this a prank?
And he's talking to Aunt Lori. And then he realizes his mom's not moving and that she's dead. And he's screaming and running out of the house. And the aunt's like, I'm coming.
Right.
I'm coming.
Like, I'm on my way. And
I got the impression that maybe she just lived right down the street because...
Well, it's a small town.
Yes.
And, yeah.
So she rushes over. She's on her phone calling 911. She hasn't made it into the house yet. She's trying to relay what Devon said he saw to the operator. And the operator's asking questions. And...
So calm they are. Always
oh my gosh.
super calm.
Like, you must have nerves of steel if you're a 911 operator. So... Lori's walking through the house. She gets to the bedroom. She sees him in the bed. She sees Bill, and you can hear this on the 911 call. She's like, oh my God, he's been shot or stabbed or something.
Right.
He's dead.
Like, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah, she's like, he's dead. Bill had been shot in the head 5 times. I'm sorry, the face 5 times. Susan had been shot 3 times in the head. And she was assaulted after she died.
In the bed?
Yeah.
Like, were they shot in the bed, or do you think...
In the bed.
He moved them?
No. Susan's other son, Derek, who we haven't talked about.
Right.
Was curled up in his bed, murdered from blunt force trauma to the head.
What the fuck?
The authorities found a claw hammer in the house, and it was later determined that that was the weapon that killed Derek. Yeah. Claw hammer. So the killer was in the house, and he killed Derek first, then Bill, then Susan.
He wanted to save it for last. The best for last.
Well, he also assaulted her after... So, okay, police found bloody footprints in the house, and they went out into the yard, and they followed up the footprints, and it led to a pond on the property. They thought they were going to find the gun. Maybe.
Right. Yeah.
They drained the pond, no gun. Around 6:30 in the morning, neighbors said they heard what sounded like gunshots. Stop it. Whoever's thinking, why didn't they call the police?
Well,
I hear gunshots.
That's what I was about to say. And you're talking about, didn't you say they're living on a 100-acre property?
And it's hunting season.
Yeah, I mean, that if you're not living like mid-city and you hear, like, if it's a gunshot, I
hear them every day.
It's normal out here.
At my house, every single day, I hear gunshots. So they heard them.
Right. But they're like, whatever, somebody's out for a morning hunt or some shit like that.
And that's when you go deer hunting early in the morning. All right, so think about this. When Devon came home that morning, when he was getting ready to go to church around 9:30, his family was already dead.
Dead, yep.
He didn't even know it.
Yep.
And comes home, and his family's dead, and he didn't even know it.
Right.
So, of course, Lori and Devon are in shock.
Yeah.
And the whole family's in shock.
Yeah.
And they're like, y'all need to find BJ and talk to him.
Because we know.
He was here.
Yeah. Smiling.
And the Ford F-150 that the family has is missing. And BJ's missing. Okay. So you got a kid with a troubled past. The truck is gone. Who do you think number one suspect is? So they want to find him and talk to him. And believe it or not, they found him at the family cabin where him and his dad went hunting.
Really?
Yes. Also, a side note, they caught him on camera at a Subway restaurant.
Yeah.
Near there getting a sub before he was...
Just totally fine and normal. Yeah, that's a great hiding spot. Let's go to the family cabin and just wait for them to catch me. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and when they got there, he was just sitting on the porch smoking a cigarette.
Oh, welcome. I'm so glad y'all made it.
Would you like a bite
what
of
the fuck?
my tuna?
Do you want a bite of my meat suit?
Yeah. Here's a, I got the, what's that meatball one you like, Chandler? The meatball one.
The meatball sub.
The meatball sub. Here, would y'all like a bite of this?
Yes.
Okay. So initially, BJ was only charged with 1 count of murder. That was just so they could hold him.
Oh, yeah.
And in November 2010, this isn't even a month later.
I know.
BJ was charged with 3 counts of aggravated murder, and he was held with a $3 million bond.
Finally, they locked him up properly.
Yes. The death penalty was on the table, and he knew that.
Because of his disability, he didn't get it.
Nope. It wasn't that. They were going to kill him. They were going to take him to trial and say death penalty.
Right.
But instead, he said, I will make a plea if you just give me life in prison instead of the death penalty. So he pled guilty. They didn't have to go through a trial and all that. Pled guilty to 3 counts of murder. He blamed his mental illness and Satan for his actions. And he did say he was sorry for killing his family.
Oh.
But
I'm glad you're sorry.
Here's the thing. March 2015, so that's about 5 years later. At the age of 29, BJ was found dead in his cell from a self-inflicted hanging wound.
Shocker.
Yes. Terrible, terrible story.
Well, yeah.
But of course, there's a little side note.
Plot twist.
It's a totally separate event. Okay, so you have Bill, who died.
Uh-huh.
Bill's mom is alive. She's just lost her son.
Yeah.
Her daughter-in-law. A step-grandson.
Her daughter-in-law.
Yeah, Bill.
Oh, Big Bill's mom.
Bill, Susan.
Dad's mom.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
seniors. The grandma, basically. Yeah. Okay. October 31st is when Bill, Susan, and Derek were killed.
Right.
The next morning, not even 24 hours later, Bill's sister, Sue Dunmeyer, tragically died in an accidental fire in her garage.
What?
So poor Bill's mom
Has had it all.
2 of her kids in less than 24 hours in separate incidents.
Right.
What that you would have had to put me
Looney bin.
Yes.
Check me in.
all the way.
There ain't no fucking way.
So I did print a picture. Let's see if I can. This is a picture at, let's see. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm going to have to come up with a better way of doing this. But anyway, there is BJ cuffed. And the sad thing is, look at the family in the background. They're just all, they're crying. I mean, this is they're losing another family member to jail, which should.
Yeah, he should have been in there a long time ago.
Yeah.
That could have absolutely prevented this entire thing.
And they've also lost, a brother, uncle, an aunt, cousins, sister, brother.
Although girl in the blue shirt looks like she's about to crow hop his ass.
What's crow hop mean?
Like behind him and
Oh. All right. Well, that's the story of the Liske family.
Damn.
Yeah. There's on YouTube, Coffee House Crime. I watched that, and Homicide for the Holidays is a series. Yes, I think I watched it on NBC.com for this particular episode. Yeah, Homicide
for the holidays.
Homicide for the
What the hell?
I mean, I guess
Weirdos like us.
all the people who have killed
Christmas.
people on Valentine's Day.
I'm in the mood for a homicide.
St. Patrick's Day homicide. What is it? Arbor Day, Planetary Day homicide. We could have all the homicides in the world. Thank you for doing this with me.
Well, yeah.
It's been so long.
I know it has.
But we already have 2 more scheduled.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Me too.
Oh, let's show our shirts. Let's see if I can get mine here. I'll stand up.
Yeah, you stand.
Shirts.
Grits.
And although I've had it a while, and we did post a picture of us wearing these.
We did.
Krysten is wearing hers, and she made these for us. They're so awesome.
They were fun to make. super fun to make.
Please make some more.
I will.
You're so talented.
Thank you.
All right, I love you.
Love you.
And guys out there, if you like that story, y'all please go to Patreon. Ooh, we have a new Patreon member.
I was wondering. Oh.
What?
Never mind.
Randy. Oh my gosh, I hope I get this right. I'm going to write it down and say it next time too. Randy works for a local bank that handles rural type land loans, like farming and things like that. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right, and I'm gonna say it again on the next podcast. But she became a Patreon member.
Cool.
And we emailed back and forth, and she sent me some community coffee coupons. I'm
How
like,
about that?
oh my
Everybody
God.
loves a damn coupon.
Are you serious? She's
Hell
like,
yeah.
we got to talk about these things, people. Because she was
Well,
like,
yeah.
you can go to their website and you can they always have coupons. And if you buy over a certain dollar amount, you get free shipping.
Nice.
Because I was like, they're getting proud of their shit.
Well, yeah.
But she sent me
They
coupons.
all are.
Oh, you're right.
All of 'em.
You can't even buy an avocado.
I know. It's avocado. Do you want to say anything about?
Oh, okay. So I don't know if this is.
I didn't know how fast they turn around.
No, I think this. Okay. Well, I'm going to say it anyway. It may or may be past time. But if you received an email, please go check your email to see if you cast a nomination, if you were selected to be in the final vote for the best female host category for Grits with a Side of Murder.
Right.
And it's podcastawards.com. You can go to their website and you can see who made it to the finals. And they would also randomly select people.
Yeah, it's very random.
Yeah, to be in the final voting process. So that's that, right?
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
Go check, and if you did get the email, go and submit that second vote so we can
Please.
get you
An
the top
award.
spot.
Yay. All right. Thanks, Chandler, for being our camera
Thank
switcher.
you.
And thanks, Krysten, for
Of
being
course.
here. And we love y'all. And tell your mom and them to listen. We're going to let Zydeco Mike take us out.
Bye.